Hey guys, this is Adrian from Real RC Reviews, and today we are looking at the Electrics or ECX Barrage kit. Low C Horizon Hobby, they've always made a smaller form crawler, and they've had like a mini crawler, some rock crawler from the Vatera brand, and then they were kind of absent for a while without a crawler about this size, and then they, with the ECX brand, came out with the ready-to-run version of the Barrage, and it was actually pretty popular. Even guys that crawl a lot that just wanted another crawler, a smaller crawler, something they could tinker with, because as we know, crawler guys like to tinker with everything. So I'd always heard good things about it, and I always wanted to get one. The one thing that held me back was I didn't like the flesh tone paint job on the body. I was at the hobby shop a million times about to buy one, and I just never did. So when they announced a kit for it, I was pretty excited. Number one, because I was get to paint my own body, but number two, they apparently fixed some issues that other people were having with the axles or spacers. I haven't read through all of the old forum on RCG to know exactly what the problem was, but some people had issues, and I think some people expected a bit more from it than probably they should have, because it's kind of a beginner entry-level crawler. But even though this costs the same as the RTR, there are some upgrades to it. They have made some upgrades that they did to the new whatever Doomsday version of the RTR, and this got all those same upgrades, and I think a couple more. All I know is that it's new, and there's upgrades, and you have to build it. The good thing is, I like building to a degree, but I do not like to have to screw in every single little screw for every little thing. And actually, this is about how much building I like to do. The diff's already done for you. Let me take the body off. You still have to do a lot of the kit stuff, but I don't know, things that I've always assumed should be done for you in the first place were already done. So you didn't have to put your diffs together, but you still had to put your axles together. The links were already done, but of course you have to install them. The shocks were already built, that's such a beautiful thing to me, because I hate building shocks, and that was done for you. But you have to assemble everything, and I was going to do a whole build thread for it, but I finished it a lot faster than I thought I would, which is awesome. I don't want to spend a week doing it. It actually comes with LEDs for the bumpers, so you have 2 red on the back and 2 white ones on the front. They're pretty bright. That comes with it. It came with a nickel metal battery. I just don't use nickel metal, so I bought a Gens Ace, because I love Gens Ace, 2200, 2-cell LiPo, and it came with the XT60 on it. So I went ahead and cut off the EC3 or whatever it's called that comes with the that comes on this speed controller, and I put an XT60 on it myself. So that was easy. I'm opted against using the ECX controller and this thin little receiver, not because they don't work well, but because I have a Spectrum DX4S, and I like to have all my trucks on there. So I went ahead and used just a receiver I had laying around. It's an SR201, I think it's DSM2, but it works great, works fine. What else do I need to tell you? You have metal links. The tires are nice and sticky. They're, nice foams in there. Shocks are nice. It's an aluminum, what do you call it? Servo mount. Got a 380 size motor. You have plenty of room. I was worried about the battery not fitting, but this is a 2200 and it fits fine. You could put more battery in there if you want. But yeah, the build went together really quickly. I don't think there's really any place that you could really mess up. If you want this for a child, I'd say 10 would probably be the youngest, and they might need some supervision or help depending on how handy they are with tools, because there's a lot of screw driving. Which another great thing is this actually came with a couple hex tools and screwdriver. It came with the tools that you'll need for this, so you don't have to use your own tools if you don't want to. But yeah, enough talking. Let's get it out on the road. Not the road, off-road. See you guys in a bit. And we're back. Had my 10-year-old son help me with some of the driving so I could film. So when you see zigzagging in the middle of the path, that's him having fun. This is fun. I actually had a great time driving it. I'm not really hardcore of a crawler. I have, I have several axial crawlers. I have a Wraith. I have a SCX 10-2, and I have a Yeti and a Yeti XL, and I think that's, oh, and I have a Traxxas TRX4, which is awesome. But that's beside the point. This drives great. It's for such a little guy, it's got some huge clearance. So some of the rocks that my son went straight at, and I thought he wasn't going to get over them, just kind of went right over them. It didn't get hung up on anything. It seems like there was always a tire touching. Of course there was some huge rocks and we plopped right to the side. But it handles tall grass, logs, well, not logs, but branches, sticks, mud. I don't know, it had no problem climbing up any of the steep hills that we drove on. I didn't check the speed, but I'd say it's somewhere between 7 and 10 miles per hour. It's cold as a mother out there, and I was surprised that the tires were still pretty sticky. Usually, at least with on-road stuff, your tires get kind of firm in the cold and don't stick very well. So no issue there. Before we started driving, I kind of felt like I needed some weight on it, but it didn't drive like it. It wasn't tipping. It's not the squishiest suspension, but it really did well. Again, I'm not a hardcore crawler guy, so I don't know what a hardcore crawler guy would say about this. I'm assuming they would make tons of modifications to it. So I don't know how this will do in a competition or anything like that. What I do know is that for what it is, it's an RTR, it's a 1/12 scale. For what it is, it's awesome. I love this thing. I particularly love, trucks that I get to make my own by doing the paint job. Again, I'm not the best painter in the world, but I used my favorite Duratrax metallic black, and then I had some of these stickers left over from, I think it was one of my Traxxas, my Traxxas / Platinum or something like that. So I borrowed some stickers from there. Their stickers come with this, but the only ones I used were like the grill and the lights, that kind of thing. And I didn't use the the borders for the windows because I already did it in black, so it really didn't need it. But it costs the same as the RTR, so why not have a little build, and why not make it your own by giving it your own paint job? I would definitely recommend this to a person that just wants to add to their collection, or a person that wants to buy their kid, from any age kid, pretty much 5 and up, I would assume, because it's not a fast truck. I think it would make a heck of a gift. You can buy one for your kid, build it for them, and paint it in whatever their favorite color is. Horizon Hobby, one of my favorite things about Horizon Hobby is that they make stuff for every level of the hobby, whether it's, in the drone world, the surface world, the airplane world. There's something for everyone in their lineup, and actually this is not just for beginners. Like I said, a hardcore crawler guy would buy this and modify the bejesus out of it. I personally am going to leave it as is. I like it the way it is. I like the way it drives. I like the way it looks. Maybe if I can find a nice little light bar for it, I'll stick one on there. But other than that, I love this thing. It's a great little truck. Looks good. Feels good. Maybe I'll taste it. It might taste good. Not sure that I would recommend that though. My wiring isn't the cleanest, but I'll clean that up later. Just really wanted to get this out there for you guys. And if you're if it was something you were looking at and were kind of deciding, well, I'm not sure, I would say go for it. You're going to like it. It's a great truck, and it's an awesome price point. I mean, $179. I think it's on sale right now for like $10 off. But you don't need your own radio. It comes with everything. It actually has the nickel metal hydride. It actually has the receiver and the transmitter. So you are ready to go out of the box. I just, like I said, wanted to use my own battery, and I wanted to use my own transmitter. And so that said, if you do want a good battery for it, I do recommend Gens Ace has always been one of my favorite batteries. And this particular size, it's a 2S 2200. I think it costs like $15, if that. So I would go that route. So that said, let me wrap it up, and until the next one, see you guys soon, and go out and buy this thing. Later.